we just kept going. And we kept going, and a couple of times McAleenan tried to start talking.
So we'll go ahead and try one more time, but otherwise I'm going to go back to work.
When I saw him leave, I think it took me like a second to understand what was happening. He just, shook someone's hand, took his binder and left. Because personally, I had not been expecting that.
You're invoking democracy. Democracy requires dialogue. It requires listening. It requires a two-way street. The Secretary has agreed to take questions and answers. We are robbing time from the period of questions and answers where he can engage with the public. Could we please listen to his remarks and then have a chance to question him, including people who disagree with him?
So who decides who can speak and who can't speak?
When there's a conflict between the oppressed and the oppressor, I believe that it is always the right of the oppressed to resist, and that is always the right of the oppressed to speak out. In silencing the oppressor, in trying to prevent the state from speaking and trying to prevent the government from speaking, the people that are carrying out these policies, no matter what we do, we are always going to be on the bottom end of that power relation.
You're speaking for the oppressed, or because you're not oppressed yourself?
Something that's just very, very important to me is the idea that you don't need to be affected by something to understand that it's wrong.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
If we think that there needs to be discussion around policies that, put migrant children in these horrible, filthy, unsanitary detention conditions that separate children from their families, that lead to people risking their lives and dying while trying to cross the border, if we think that there needs to be a discussion around that there's room for discussion around whether those policies are justified, I think there's something really wrong with that. So when I saw him leave, we started clapping. In the audience, we started clapping.